Welcome back, everyone, to Hawkins again. We're back playing some more Kingdoms Reborn, and we definitely need to put in a pause here. So, there's been a bit of problems. A teeny tiny bit of problems we've been having. Nothing major. Grand scale freezing and starvation, and, other little minor details like that. So what we've been doing is, overworking, underproducing. Maybe that's about it. Okay, lots of things have been coming up in the conversations in the comments. Not the least of which is the discussion of the job priorities. So let me explain what I understand from my playing it, and from questions to the devs, and from other commentary, and from you guys. The request has been that I refocus the work or the priorities off of, say, for instance, telling this building that it needs to be started. Remove all those and just depend on this thing. This system is designed, from what I understand, to be a simplified, lazier version of the starring system. So the idea is, if you don't want to micromanage 39 farmers, just click this button right up to the top. Boom, farmers will always be the case. This was at... Oops, I just put it all the way to the bottom, didn't I? And that's all the way to the top. Really? That's how oh, this is the controls. See, this is how much I've used it. This is where it was before. Fruit gatherer and farmer. Which means the fruit gatherers should get the first pick. Notice it's winter and the fruit gatherers are on the top of the list, and they're all starred and they're all unoccupied. I did ask, and I hope it does come, if it's not already, in the current patches that are past what I'm working on, the early access test versions of this. There's versions that are breaking the saves, so he's only bringing them out on a separate build that you can access if you want, but won't be forced onto you, so you don't have to break your saves. And we're still on the broken version that's not a broken save. So the idea is that the fruit gatherers, my request is that fruit gatherers, farmers, and others who cannot produce due to weather be automatically defaulted to not be populated with staff, either through the starring system or through this priorities list, global priorities list. If they would otherwise be listed at the top, they shouldn't be active if it's winter. So for those three, early, mid, and late winter, a farmer can't produce anything. The moment the winter starts, the farm instantly, no matter what is in it, the farm instantly goes to barren. So we'll hit Control T to bring the forest is actually already on. So these things would have plants growing on them. The moment, the very split second that it goes, bing, it's now early spring, winter. Anything that's in that field, not stuff that's harvested, but anything still growing, instantly vanishes. There's no leftovers, there's no save in it later. There's no winter harvest going on here. So the issue then is that the priority of this guy is seeming to hold this position open. So if I tell it to not be populated and speed it up a little, it will take him off the job. Except for even being starred, it shouldn't be on the job. So we're going to try to remove these from the star system and leave them as just the neutral priority and see if it then acknowledges that and takes them off. I don't think it does. I haven't tested it yet, so we're in live test mode here. But farmers should obviously not be trying to work the fields in the winter, because they cannot do anything. It's the way the game is designed. They can't prep the fields, they can't clear anything, they can't do any fancy real farmer type work in the winter. They just hang out and watch HBO or whatever they watch. All that farmer stuff offline. So they will not prioritize these people onto these things by the manual. They will only go with the global settings. I'm fine with that. Let's see, is there any other farms that we need to link off? Oh yeah, we got all the cannabis farms that should be also turned off. There, oh, I hate the fact that we can't right click to go backwards on that, huh? That'd be nice. Or shift click. Whenever it's started, it goes to off automatically instead of back and forth. It'd be nice if it went star, neutral, red, neutral, star, neutral, so it always goes between that. That would be a cool setting. That I think would be sensible intuitive way to do it, right? Because you don't want to be going from off to guarantee you must put it on it. If you're playing without it paused, you may get weird interactions there. So, all right, so we now have also no wheat. So these guys being prioritized is great, but nobody's going to be able to do anything, right? The other thing we've got going is we've got build orders that seem to be filling the jobs so aggressively that we can't do anything. Now, why is that? Who's got the build orders? Like, we got there and there. We got stuff up here that's being build ordered. Really awkward seeing everything in the snow, but it said we had 39 jobs, if you remember what we saw over here in the priorities list. It seems to be not scrolling as well as it should be. There are 40 now jobs in the builders category. So somehow we have 40 builders being manually assigned in spite of the fact that there are 12 builders. I've told them, keep 12 builders, and they're keeping 40. So if we go to auto, what will that do? I'm not sure. Build-wise, what do we have that needs to be built? We got this guy over here shut down. We got the farms. Are they finished? No. Are the cattle ranches? No. We got a little fruit and hunter combo up there. We got a fruit and hunter combo down here. We have a hunter over here. There's also been... Oh, there's also a house here. There's also been another request to forcibly add hunters, the obnoxious amounts, even, some suggested, hunters into the area like we have over here. We've got a hunter here, okay? And we've put him even on poison arrows, so he kills animals 4 times faster, but gets 50% less drops. So he's getting 8 times less food per animal that's around, but of course, he's just killing them off faster. The idea is that he'll keep the animals from eating all the crops, rather than being a primary choice of a hunter. All these guys here are going to be eating our crops. I don't know how that's possible if they're all starving all the time, but they're all dying from starvation like every time they exist. I'm not sure if they just don't have the sequence of food, or if they die off at the end of winter and then new ones spawn. I'm really not sure how that plays out, but we can put in hunters here, so that's not a bad idea. Do we have any such beasts? We'll re-roll. We do have a bit of cash right now. Cattle ranch would be really nice. We already got 2 being built. I need hunters. Or agriculture wild cards. Jeepers. There's a lot of cards. There's an aggro wild card. We'll take that. Okay. That's a lot. But anyways, a hunting lodge. If we put, say, a hunting lodge in here, right? And then we tell this guy that he's going to be on poison arrows. Alright, that's fine. I don't really need this built urgently. The 10% boost is not going to be super vital for getting people working. We don't really even need the granaries going heavily because we still have 255 wheat flour. And by fall, they'll have a ton more wheat. So hopefully that will help. We're probably still going to run out. I know those numbers aren't great. But at least it's something functional. Now there's another build project, These are not on forced jobs. We have the tailor forced on. We have this tailor forced on because the candle makers aren't vital. The brickworks is on because we've been selling it. I'm not sure if that's keeping the economy alive at all. Really, most of our money now is going to come from, most of our surplus money is going to come from the smelters or the mints rather. I don't know how long it takes to update this information, so we're going to let it run on normal speed. There, we just dropped to 0 laborers, but 39 builders. So I'm really not sure why we're making 39 builders. They're not there. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess maybe there's 39. That's 7 so far. None of those. There's guys here, but there's no build orders there. That's still 7. This is all built except for these 2, which is not assigned. Still 7. I'm not seeing 39 potential build jobs. And yet there are 39 people assigned to building. This may be an issue with what's actually going on in the game, in the background of the game. I'm not going to try to blame, bugs or anything. That's just not the way it is. 7, 8, 9, 10 there. That's 10 jobs, not 39. So I'm seeing a few. Oh, there's 11. Okay. 12, 13. Okay. I'm seeing a few jobs, like the 14, 15, there we go. We're getting there. Still nowhere near 39. There's, that was 15. There's 25. There's another 5 there, another 5 there, another 5 there. It's 30. Okay. Maybe. Not seeing other builds. What are we doing? Where are the other builds? There's got to be a few more. It has to be not just jobs that are build jobs, but jobs that actually have people assigned to them. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's our 8 right there, and I may have missed one along the way somewhere. There's 9. Okay, so we got 39 jobs. They have naturally assigned 39 people to build jobs. So, too many things being built at once, a legitimate concern. But if I tell it to auto, or to manual to only have 12 people assigned, it'll still assign 39. And that's because of the starring, presumably. So the building, auto, forces people to go in there when I prioritize that. I see. I guess we'll have to just adjust accordingly. So printing press and paper maker, no. We want to drop these guys off the build orders that are not food related. This is not. These are relevant to something, but not urgent. So much stuff we got to do in between here. These mints have to be done. We can't not do these mints. Those are food. That's food. 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 Hunters. There's food. I mean, this house? We don't need more housing right now. We have a sudden surplus of housing available. These mints have to be done. We just have to get them done. I can't underestimate how much we could save this with just having food orders coming in. And we don't. Do we have any auto food orders? I don't remember what we've got going on. That's import gems and gold. That's cotton, clothes, export, import cabbage. Okay, we're trying to import 500 cabbage. I don't think we've got any cabbage in here. No, there's no cabbage coming in here. We'll see what that does. More orders per, more orders per. We could do both of those and force the food to be more prioritized. Exporting jewelry when we make it, exporting iron ore when it's over a certain amount, exporting pottery when it's over a certain amount. We could import more food. That's the thing we can do. We've got a big chunk of it coming in here. These fishing things concern me. I don't know if this is the seasonal thing or the fact that people are cold. There we go, there's the end of the season. Or the fact that we don't have, maybe they don't have, maybe when they're hungry they lose productivity. It doesn't show up in the character thing. If we click this guy, dying of starvation, happiness is 80, state get heat. He's trying to go warm up. His food 0, his heat is low, his health is fine. I think he's just like trying to go warm up for, I'm not sure what. Get heat, maybe he's going to get firewood. This guy's freezing. He's trying to go get heat. Workplace none. House, he's got a house. He's got no workplace, got a house, but their work efficiency isn't affected by it. So being cold or being hungry doesn't affect their work efficiency. Having no tools does. Well, we've got tools, not a lot of them, but we've got tools. So, it's a little surprisingly rough. I know there's lots and lots of... Oh, my. That was a big hit. That was a big, big hit. I know there's a lot of things that I've done wrong, and there's a lot of learning curves going on here. That's you know, I'm not hiding that. I'm not trying to hide that. There's definitely some learning to be done here still, because this is not cutting it. We're run out of money unless these guys can mint a lot of money for us. You're not producing very quickly. What is the jewelry? The jewelry shouldn't be going to a house, right? I don't think any of the jewelry should be making it to any houses. Like, they shouldn't get a luxury higher than this if they're not at the right height, or they're not at the right level, right? This is a tier 4, so it could get... You can get tier 2 stuff, but this one, does this one have tier 2 perks? It's just not showing up. Like, do they have clothing here that they're not telling us about? Or is this, or can we assume that because there's only luxury tier 1 listed here, which is what they need, that they won't ever touch the other tier stuff? If that's the case, that's great. Because that's very good, because I don't actually want anybody taking that jewelry. If I could see somebody that had the category, I could tell them to not, tell all the houses not to accept it, but I don't think we have any... Oh, there you go, tier 5. There you go. Don't take jewelry. Nobody take jewelry. That's exactly what I wanted to find. Good. I don't want anybody taking the jewelry. That's a cash crop right now. People are starving all over the place. We're not getting enough charcoal made. We're underproducing the charcoal, but it's possibly due to population issues. People starving left, right, and center because of the massive lack of food. We got 33 food, but that doesn't mean we have 33 food available that the people can actually access that 33 food. We're about to get a bunch of pork in here. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Just ignore the chimes. It's just the church bell choir. They're playing. Ignore it. It's just nothing. No big deal here. Nothing to see here. Move along. All right. Let's see what they do with the cabbage purchase. Does this place have the cat? It has no cash to make a cabbage purchase, Drake. We need to sell stuff. We really, really need to sell stuff. Are they gonna deficit us even more if this thing needs order? Input remaining 50. Importing till imported remaining 40. They did. No. They didn't. Did they? Yes, they did. They just ordered 27? They didn't see the price change. They didn't see a cash bump. Alright. Anything we can offload. We got a decent amount of iron, but we're making it into iron ore. We get 98 bars of gold. We need to convert them into coin here. Come on. Come on, mint. See, here's the problem. Buildings don't have a steady productivity. They actually have to have the assigned character, which is not sure where. Don't know where this person is. In fact, I really, really don't know where this person is. Who's assigned to this place? It says there's 2 workers. It'd be nice if we could track the workers. If we could find the workers that are related to a building, that would be good. I know there is an icon, like a little sim diamond thing that floats over the head, but it's kind of hard to tell if they're not really close. They might be in a house, too. I don't know. Let's look around for the swarms of people. I'm just trying to be as informative and understanding of what's going on and what people are requesting and demanding. Lots of demanding. In the comments. I want to be, helpful with this. This is not so the Drake can build a perfect game. It's not what this is. This is not so we can have a perfect build. This is so we can learn together, and the learning curve on this game is steep enough to make me come back. Which is saying quite a bit. Alright, so that finished while I was looking somewhere else, yes? Yes, it did. So we must have got a hit of cash. We sure did. See how much cash these get? Like, that's great. And there's the builder. There's the diamonds I was talking to you about. I don't know where those guys are, but the builders are on their way. Oh, there's already a guy there. Okay, completed. Now you're going to take some coin. We need some more... Blah, 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 blah. Bing, 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 bing. You're the winner! Starving, starving, starving. 262 people, still a sustainable population. We're not dead by any stretch. There's still meat in the market here. We're not producing much yet. It's early spring. See if these guys go up in productivity in the winter. I don't know. What I'd like to see is a better way to cohesively track long-term statistics. I know I haven't looked much at the stats thing when I'm been on screen, but let's see. We can look at fish, for instance. I don't know if we can actually look at it because we don't have any in stock. That is indeed the case. We have to have something in stock for us to look at them. Produce versus produce versus consume. So this is what I was looking for, but we don't have it for we don't have it for the fish because it's not in yet. There's none in stock yet. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, never mind. We actually have to have some fish in stock for it to show up, as far as I understand. And we just got 9. Okay, good. It must have just happened while I was looking. So, 929. So this place, these fish, the entire fish industry has produced 802 food. Okay, the game meat 689. That's in the previous 3 seasons plus the current season. So it's not a full year, right? This would be a full year if we were in the last moments of winter or spring or whatever, right? But this is just, there's nothing been producing game meat at all in spring because spring literally just started. Does that make sense? So this is sort of a year to date-ish, but but it's a cutoff for the season. So you're kind of best to look at these numbers for real yearly numbers. If I'm not mistaken, let's see, 15, 24, 24, 10, 20, 24, 24, 24, 34, 24, 38. Okay, so that is not the year total. All right, I'm not sure if this is making sense. I'm trying to go through a lot. Today is all about explaining and giving as much detail about the game as I can, because that's why I'm doing these series. And we will be doing a new one fairly soon if we get the expected patch that's going to break our save, which is fine. It's not like these people are likely to become the world's conquering heroes. But 2438 is the year counting the current spring of 0, which just started, and the 3 seasons before. Belaboring that too much, I'm sure. But I'm looking at things like fish and game meat. They're not producing spectacular amounts of food. People are saying, well, put out more fisheries. Yeah, I guess, but let's see. How many people do we have currently in fish? 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 current fisheries, 2 incoming. Okay, we have 12 current fisheries, and last year, in the 3 seasons, they produced 800. So maybe we say, give them a generous. Oh man, I'm not even sure how to really parse that out, because I don't know if the seasons. I don't know how the seasons play out differently, because summer obviously has a ton of food. Autumn has a lot less food, half as much fish available, right? And then winter's really low. So is this because of labor issues? I really don't know how this works, right? So it's hard to control or to determine. But hopefully this information, if you guys are looking through this and caring about these numbers, hopefully this information is really mattering, because like our lamb has just come online last year, so this is probably low because they just started coming online then. So we're seeing kind of a steadying out of the food. So maybe each season will be fairly steady with the farmed animals versus the game or the fisheries and stuff like that. Honey is offline entirely. Okay. Leather, 0. In the entire year, we produced 0. In spite of the fact that we shot lots of animals for lots of game, and we killed lambs, and we killed, we butchered lambs, we butchered pigs, we hunted wild animals, and a number of them. We got, there's game meat, and game meat. We still didn't produce any leather for some reason. Bug or intended? Not sure. Produced a ton of wood in the winter. Bread en masse in the summer. Less in the autumn. Less even in the winter. Papaya fruit came in heavy in the autumn. So these sort of things, it's interesting to walk through these and tweak them, because we're doing no oranges anymore. Oh, they're there. A little bit in the autumn. Cabbage, 147. We did have some. We had a couple fields doing cabbage, right? Somewhere over here. Yeah, there's our cabbage field. 147 that year. So that's good food. I don't know what it pans out to be as far as actual food value. So I do not know. Well, let's let a little bit of time go, and we can kind of discuss this more in the conversation down below. You guys can continue to give your very helpful, pointed, and otherwise help or conversations, hints, tips, all that jazz. Suggestions. Fix this Drake now, you dimwit, and all that jazz. Let's upgrade the mushroom production there if we can. These guys don't get boosts. Charcoal is still having issues. Now, these guys, there's been a lot of people have been like, oh, why? There was a really very amusing conversation about a conversation between me and the forester, and me complaining about the foresters. Oh, you're encroaching on my business, basically. True. But if you look at these circles, guys, let's be real here. This may be a double digits percentage of space lost. You maybe 20 or 30, But this has not gone from 20 or down by 20 or 30%. It's an atrociously low level. It says per season 29, and yet there's food, or there's wood sitting all over the place. None of this counts in our wood stocks. Wood only counts, or resources only count when they're inside a storage of some sort. So this over here, this 52 wood counts towards our current wood in stock. None of the wood sitting on the ground that they've already forested counts. So I'm not sure. I think part of the problem is we don't have any laborers. Literally none. Right? The auto is giving us 0 laborers. So I'm thinking maybe we switch this and say, give me 10 people. And force 10 people to work on the labor job. Okay? Let the builders drop. We've taken care of that as per the request. We've reduced that. But do some collecting, please. Because there's clearly food and other resources that are sitting around. Now, you are what? Are you a forester? Workplace none. So he's a laborer. He just immediately started this. This is a forester. Now this forester's just cutting down a tree. We'll watch these two lovely ladies chop down trees. Oh, now you're going to plant another tree. You're going to plant some more. Chop and plant and chop and plant. And if you watch, she's going to walk away with leaving the forest wood on the ground. Entirely just going to ignore the fact that you're there to chop down trees, and your job won't work if there's no storage nearby. And yet, the workers doing these foresters, will not collect wood. They chop down and plant wood. They do not collect it. That's what we're having troubles with as far as the production goes. These are laborers. Clear land, remove, drop. Yeah, we're having major starvation issues. Part of it is the logistics. Part of it is the fact that please do not take this as what the current game setting is. The game is substantially improved over this version. We would just not be able to keep our save at all. So there's been some major updates. So if people are like really interested in switching us up to the next version, we can do that. But do take in mind that we can't keep this save and get the bonus of doing all the new stuff. So it is what it is, as they say. Now, let's see. You had 19 all last season, and now you've already done 2 batches this season. Okay, so by late winter, I happened to check this guy, had one batch made all winter. It's now mid-spring, halfway through, and he's already done 2 batches. Changes in labor or changes in the season? We now have our second mint online, which is great. We need desperate supplies of brick to boost those. Now, there was a suggestion to change the gold smelters and add in the cards, the productivity cards, or what's it called? The one that reduces the amount that you of input that you put. I'm not, as far as the mints go, I'm not concerned. We have 84 gold. When we have all 4 of these guys, ooh, and you're going online. No, you're not. Somebody left already. Maybe. When you get this finished, we'll have 3 of them. This will be the 4th one. At that point, we may actually not produce enough gold. Right now, we're kind of having coal issues and all the rest. We're also having major cash issues. Do we have any cabbage in stock? This guy's producing cabbage, or buying cabbage, right? We got papaya, mushrooms, and bread. So we've not yet purchased any. I don't know where the food goes from these guys. You need to import 500. So go ahead and speed this up. We're going to test this. I know the population is just absolutely dipping. We got tier 2 housing because we're not producing any supplies for them. I don't know why the potters aren't able to keep up anymore. Right? We have almost everybody down to tier 2, which means we don't have 2 supplies, 2 basics of, oh right, because cannabis doesn't come in every year. That's one of them. The beer was shut off because we ran out of grain. And the furniture is not keeping up because we're out of wood and it's not prioritized. So that's why everybody's dropping. So we have to keep 2 levels of tier 1 resources, or we're screwed. Or we don't, like, the clothing isn't great. It'll actually stockpile because we won't be able to use it. Now, again, we don't have over numbers of houses, so it's really honestly not hurting us that badly because we're not running out of houses. It's not like everybody's like, oh crap, I can't live in this house because it now only accepts 4 people and we're all out of houses. We're not in that lucky of a situation right now. Brum, 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 brum. Leaving town and starving every which way. I bet you we'll hit 200 before summer hits. There, we got more gold produced there. It requires coal. This guy's got... Why do you say it requires 10 coal? Okay, you've got 7. Okay, we've got an invent... Oh no, you have to have the efficiency mod. 193 brick. You need 193 brick and we've got 2. 2. Put some stone into that. Oh, that's the wrong one. I forgot that was... I saw the 30% production, didn't stop to look. Ma dumb. We've got clay, we've got charcoal. We got 3 people working it. There's nobody around. Am I wrong? There's nobody in that. Look at the percentage. Work done's not going up. The people are off doing something. Desperately running across town looking for food, probably. Now, one of the biggest upgrades for the next edition is a marketplace, which is exactly what we were whining about days ago. Thankfully, he's already on it, so kudos. There's going to be a marketplace, which is functionally, from what I can gather from the description, I haven't seen it yet, most of you have, I'm sure, is a building, it's probably a fairly big one, I'd imagine. It might be small enough to fit in a neighborhood, but it's a central drawing point. So it'll have, with the latest update, a fairly low quantity of stuff. It's like not your corner store, but your grocery store. Like the good old US of A, and I think the stats say that we got, in the States, they have less than 7 days, and I imagine up north here, we're about the same. Less than a week's worth of food for the country, currently available to the people, as in through grocery stores and that. So that's kind of the feel that I get these markets would be like, yeah, we can do it, we can keep you the food, but we got to keep it coming to us on a very steady basis. We're not going to be able to stockpile you for a year's worth of supplies. Another hunting lodge is been requested, so we will take one of those and put another one out somewhere that we can get kind of a crush in here on the something. Let's just do this is more hunting territory or wood cutting territory though. I don't want to mess with that. I guess we could put it down like here. There's no coverage over here. We could do it over here somewhere. That's pretty crammed in. Won't fit in there. We can do them in here. I guess this gives us some access. It's a bit of an overlap, but then we need another hunter over here. Don't we have a hunter here? Well, that's a forester. Yes, 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 of course. There's nowhere convenient to do this. Let's manage this one, switch it up to wood. Right, because the other stuff is what was there before is accessible elsewhere. Disallow all. Close and actually just get rid of that. And then we'll put the hunter in over here. Don't worry, he's not a Biden. Politics. Right there, and that is a forester. So you guys, you know, if this hunter is also on crazy mode, I don't know if they need to be on poison mode to be functional. Again, not prioritizing. I understand. We could even shut them off if we needed to, but this has been specifically requested that we put in these to help them get supplies, or to stop the animals from eating all our crops. Apparently, people have been saying I've been not noticing that all our animals, the animals are eating all our crops. I'm not sure. I haven't noticed it. I haven't seen any notifications, but there's something strange interrupting all our notification bar. This starvation thing, whatever that is. I don't know. It's a bit rough right now. We are desperately out of cash. Go ahead and do that. And that. And that. Yeah. Ouch. That's what that is. You boost the mint efficiency. Yeah, they're trying to get enough cash so we can buy some food. This guy's not buying any food. He's told to import remaining 500 every 65 seconds or however long it's been. No, about a minute and a half or so, 120, 150, somewhere in there. He gets queued up to do it again. And I'm guessing he just doesn't have the cash in stock, so we don't do it. That'd be my guess. There is zero jewelry in there. The jeweler is the one that's been told to prioritize. What are these things worth? They're worth 57 bucks a piece. Probably move the sustainability card over here, though. I think we do that. I think we pull this guy out, we put it in here. Probably better. It's just, I don't know that there's a recovery in this particular build with what we've done. I'm sure there was better ways and times we could have saved it, but again, look, the farming is priority, and we're starving, we're dead. We're absolutely dead because we've gone through all the way into early summer and nobody's been doing the fields. Look at that. So that's what happens when you tell the labor to set priority to farm. Everybody's going to be complaining about other things, but we got 22 foresters and charcoal burners because we freeze to death and we can't produce anything without the hardwood. So these guys are supposed to be using wood and charcoal to produce the bread, which we can't do anymore because we now don't have any bread. So yeah, that was a bad move. I should not have let that slip. The let's see, quarries are producing, but there are all our upgrades. There's reasons all these are in here. But yeah, it's not working. So the only option at this point is to try entirely wiping everybody's priorities. Just manually removing all priorities and just setting the priorities to food only and ignore everything else. And maybe that's salvageable. We'll have no budget. We'll have no income. We'll have to shut all the economy down. We'll have to shut all the sales down, all the imports down. So you guys let me know. Should we move on to the current version so we can get around dealing with more modern version? That's the way I would lead. But you guys let me know in the comments below. We're going to be putting in the cut here today. So there's just all a day of explanation, and as much information as I can pass on to you guys, as I can gather and pass on to you guys, I will do so. There is a ridiculously fast process of upgrade going on here. Look at all these laborers just running around like crazy. What? This confuses me. This person is dying of starvation. Their work efficiency apparently is 150% because their leader's speed boost on the goldsmith, the mint rather, is giving her a 50% production rate, and she's currently gathering a tree. What? What? Why? Why are you all the way down there gathering a tree instead of minting the gold? Point in case, there's definitely a few issues that I'm not understanding, or the game is not quite updating properly. Because I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be getting a boost to working in the mint while you're cutting down trees instead of working in the mint. These have been boosted, and these guys have been going all summer. This one might have just finished this summer. This one definitely finished at the beginning of spring. This one's been going for over a year. So of the 6 jobs, the likelihood that she's just gotten that job, pretty darn low. Pretty darn low. In fact, I should be able to find her. There, she's on this mint. So she was here since the spring. Is there somebody in the other mints over there doing jobs too? Nope. Not sure where the other people are. They're a little hard to find in the crowd. But they've been all over the place. Like, there's frequently finding characters that are way out of place. And I would assumed that it was food. But I just caught her red-handed cutting down a friggin' tree down there. And guess what? The place isn't even able to use trees. It's a mint. It doesn't even use coal or anything. None of these 4 buildings or 5 buildings, that one when it's done, will use any coal. This is where the fuel stops. And this is where the wood stops. Lots of weird going on. Alright, there is definitely huge updates. Do check their Discord. Check the updates and see what's going on, because this game has been updated massively. So the next series we do is going to have a whole new gambit of tools and available everythings. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't hesitate to let me know. If you don't like it, that's fine. Happy, good, bad, and ugly, all of it's going to be down there. So let me know what you think, and let me know what you think we should do. Corrections on things that I suggested that was meant, but I misunderstood perhaps. Like this. I thought this was what people had suggested. You know, make sure, get rid, I think specifically, shut all the farms off. star priority and put it on here was the suggestion. Now, maybe there was other things attached to that I didn't understand, but that's where we're at. We're at 40 minutes, way over time, lots of explaining. Hopefully that helped explain and inform some people of what's going on and my thoughts on it and how it works, how I understand it to work anyways. But loving the game. Super stressful when you get crazy death spiral going on. And I've probably just gone too far in the death spiral and too much explaining to successfully save this. But anyways, it was a really good run so far. And if you guys want to keep going, we can go another day or two with it before we switch over to the newest patch when it's forced upon us. Thank you so much, and we will see you in game.